This RPG currently on Kickstarter will have you salivating for its release. I mean, just look at this literal culinary art. See this red wine here, that deep, lustrous red. I'm not a fan of red wine. I haven't acquired the taste for it. Maybe I'm not elegant enough for it. But this, I want to guzzle it down. But I think I can see a margarita over here. This might be a margarita. If it is, that's right up my alley. And also, look at the sushi row. Look at the fish. It's like they've just been scooped out of the sea. Very, very fresh. But my favorite row out of all of them is, of course, this one. Look, panna cotta, pancakes, cheesecakes. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love. I'm telling you right now, when I play this game, I will be craving like hell for anything. Meet Chef RPG by World 2 Studio, an open-world, open-ended simulation set in the futuristic year of 2045. It takes inspiration from Gordon Ramsay's Great Escape TV show, where he said that many chefs will collect their own ingredients in the wilderness. And so, Chef RPG ties restaurant management and cooking with exploration, foraging, and hunting for players to build their own unique food empire. You're a traveling chef given the task of reviving La Sequoia, a once famous restaurant in White Ash Harbor. The game will feature a main storyline and multiple side quests given by various NPCs for players to complete. Chef RPG presents a potential for players to craft their own unique culinary journey, as every decision players make will affect the kind of chef they become. Will you master the culinary arts and create the most delicious and sophisticated plate of food for your customers? Maybe become a fearless adventurer and explore the wilderness for rare ingredients, or create a network of friends and grow your business through charisma and marketing. Each action provides experience, and players can earn skill points to unlock special abilities. And this skill tree system opens up dozens of character builds to try, and whatever choice you make will impact the outcome of the story. The game will offer 5 different restaurant operation modes, giving players a choice on what type of restaurant they want to run. A restaurant, a social house, a pub, confectionery, or a tea house, each with their own unique benefits and limitations. And I'm telling you now, as a sucker for brunch and pastries and coffee, I will take the route that makes me run a cafe. But I also love steaks and ramen. I can't decide, and I'm so excited. Of course, it's still a ways away, but I really hope this game turns out amazing because it's so promising, especially with the prospect of great replay value with the different types of operation modes where you can run a restaurant in one save, then a tea house in another, and maybe even emulate Willy Wonka with a confectionery. The skill tree will also inspire players to try different character builds and playstyles, which also affects the outcome of the story. Players are also free to choose what times their restaurants will be operational for. You can be a breakfast cafe or a midnight sushi bar. Just make sure the kitchen's stocked up with ingredients. Speaking of which, there are multiple ways to acquire ingredients in Chef RPG. You can buy and grow them, but of course, Chef RPG highlights the players exploring the world to acquire them. There's fishing and hunting and foraging, and it seems that the more adventurous you are, the more opportunities you have to offer a unique gastronomic experience to your customers. This also gives players freedom to craft their menu, hunt for the highest quality meat, and whip up a hearty barbecue feast, or maybe just forage for fruits and vegetables and offer a healthy vegetarian spread. The game will also offer a variety of unique furniture to bring the player's restaurant vision to life. Each piece of furniture will have its own unique function, and a style system is in place to incentivize placing more decorative items. And now you've collected the required ingredients and the restaurant is set up to welcome customers. The restaurant is officially in business. The players will be the sole chef in the beginning and will have to prepare dishes themselves. This includes playing optional mini-games for each dish to advance their cooking skills. As the players' culinary skills progress and the restaurant grows, the players will not be able to serve all the guests by themselves, so it's time to hire staff members. Each staff will have unique stats and abilities, and progressing your social skill tree will allow you to hire more talented staff members and even famous chefs. So, Gordon Ramsay? Bobby Flay? Wolfgang Puck? Chef RPG will feature an active world clock and day-to-night cycle. The limited time encourages players to plan out their day depending on the experiences they want to have each day. Do you spend your day climbing the volcano to gather that rare herb? Or perhaps visit the famous bathhouse and hang out with the locals? Or maybe today is the day that you take the train to Billboard City to check out the world-renowned Culinary Academy. The world will offer a dynamic environment with 4 different seasons and varying weather conditions, which will impact the availability of harvestable ingredients and the behaviors of NPCs and animals. Chef RPG will also feature a mixture of Asian and Western architecture combined with elements of futurism. One of the main themes in Chef RPG is the clash between tradition and technology, and this is reflected in both the architecture and character design. Every corner of the world, from the volcanic wilderness trail to the futuristic train station of Billboard City to the famous bathhouse of White Ash Harbor, is designed with good architecture and urban design techniques to maximize player comfort and immersion. Isn't the game's art just absolutely gorgeous? It has to be one of the most detailed pixel arts I've ever seen, and I've watched the game's director, Noah, create these lovely immersive works of art through his YouTube channel, Pixel Architect, which I discovered way before the Kickstarter launched. Noah uploads the most mesmerizing time lapses of the architectural pixel art that you'll get to explore in Chef RPG. And it's not just relaxing, it's informative too, because Noah is an experienced architectural designer and he gives easily digestible insight to how an architect's mind works or the concept of game development over time lapse, and I highly recommend checking his channel out. There's also a myriad of colorful and interesting characters to develop friendships and romances with. Each character will have unique stories and quests with unique rewards, encouraging players to not neglect socializing. And look, it seems like one of the NPCs that we can befriend is a cyborg. That's so cool, I'm already curious of his story. Chef RPG is being brought to life by a humble team of 3. Noah, the project lead, the director, programmer, and pixel artist, Nikita, the character designer and pixel artist, and Tim, the composer. Chef RPG was 90% funded in less than 36 hours from its Kickstarter launch and has since raised 139,178 Canadian dollars and 29 cents, which is more than twice the original 50,000 Canadian dollar goal, and most of the stretch goals have been reached except for the last one. The game is initially planned for release on September 2023 and will be available first on PC and Mac on Steam and later on Nintendo. I am very much looking forward to witnessing this game's journey as it comes to life, and I truly hope that it will be all that we have been promised it would be and maybe more. If you're interested in pledging to Chef RPG's Kickstarter, which only has 3 days left to run, I will put a link to the Kickstarter page in the description below, as well as the link to the Steam page so that you can wishlist the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate you watching. Take care of yourself and others, and I'll catch you on the next one.